Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Embo here. We're going to do a video that's kind of different than what I usually do. Haven't quite figured out what I do on this channel yet, but today we're going to be talking about a new game I've been playing called Brighter Shores. I've been playing it quite a bit lately. I've been enjoying it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons. I'm going to try and give you some beginner and intermediate tips and tricks. Things to sort of pay attention to, things that don't matter. I might talk a little bit about each skill, a profession in the game. Um, what else am I going to talk about here? I'm going to sort of give you a few tips and tricks on the UI and how to get that looking nice. Give you a brief rundown of each area, and I'm just going to talk about sort of the things that I like about the game. So here we go. First and foremost, I'm probably going to quickly get over to Hopeport. We'll start here. I think it's probably important when you first get into the game to get around and actually unlock everywhere that you can in the map. What that does is allow you to, when you're doing quests, you can click on certain things and it'll take you straight there on the map like that. If you haven't been into the area, you can't do that, so you don't know where you got to go. So as soon as you finish the tutorial, I recommend getting straight in and get around the map, unlock everything, discover everything you can. That's what I reckon anyway. Cooking in the chef profession is quite easy. You basically either go and fish the ingredients, or you buy them. You buy the ingredients from that you can from Kevin. Kevo, mate. Get in here, get into the cooking area. You have a look at this. Have a look at the recipe book. You look at what you can get. This one, you hit a level 0. Straight off the rip, you can just buy the bread and the bacon from the dude from Kevo out the front. And you basically come in here and just see what you can use it on. Basically, you'll figure it out. It is good to have a little cash stack for stuff like that. Fishing is great for that. You can just fish and sell it. You can eels and whatnot, puffer fish. In here is the apothecary for the alchemy profession. Um, this one's a kind of a pain. You got to do foraging to get the items you need for that. But you can store everything in here, which is great. You can store your potions in here, your reagent, secondary ingredients in there. And off you go. Make sure you buy vials from this bloke, Eb Dog. And that's pretty much for Hopeport. The biggest grind here was getting level 25 to fishing to complete one of these quests. I think it was this one. That took quite maybe a couple of hours to get from 20 to 21, but wasn't too bad. That was kind of the second worst grind I've done in this game so far. Everything else is actually been a very fun and fluent sort of progression. Um, while I'm here, actually, I might do a quick little chat about the UI. You might notice mine is quite different from the starting one, and this is just the way I like it. I like to have the map quite large so I can see where I'm going, because as you can see, the areas get really, really big. So it's handy to have quite a large map area. I usually sort of resize this as I need it, but kind of chilling around there right now. I've got my teleports up here. If you didn't know, you can just drag and drop these. You can drag anyone to any corner, basically, just so you know. And you might be wondering how you get these things to snap. All you do is you open it up like this, and it'll open one from the top and one from the bottom and snap them together, basically. And that's how you do that. And it works for this side too. Um, I like to keep the professions down. I like to look at my skills and what level I am and kind of what I'm going for. Emotes yet to use these, but I might use one now. Look at that. Sense was using, you can press spacebar for sense, but basically that was the only time I've ever used that so far was when I was fishing, because you can't really see the fish in these little areas. It's quite difficult. So spacebar gets rid of the names of the players and brings up and highlights the actual fish. You can just spam that as much as you want. That's really handy. Down here, I've got social, the belt for my money, just to keep an eye on my money because you buy and sell quite a lot in this game. So it's handy to have that out there. And I can see how many vials and whatnot I've got. Quests, I like to have a nice big open quest tab so I can actually read it. And the bounties for Crenopolis, I think is that what it's called? Crenopolis. Yeah. Okay, so let's get over to Hope Forest. So when you sort of complete the main quest in this area, you'll unlock the second area called Hope Forest. Hope Forest is actually a really pleasant area to get around, but the problem is that it's really long. It takes a long time to get from the top to the bottom. When you unlock this place, you want to head straight here for the teleport. So when you come in, you'll come in through like here, the town gates. You'll go straight across all the way and then down one, and you'll get the teleport here. And it's quite a central teleport, which is pretty good. It's not far off, at the edge. The obelisk, by the way, is the for tuning your weapons is here in your armors. The obelisk. Um, the main area you're going to be going back and forth in this episode is going to be the Timberwell Green because you'll be doing a whole lot of carpentry here. Basically, spoiler alert, but basically you're going to want so the grind in the first area is quite difficult because you have to keep running back and forth to banks over and over and over again, right? Or like the various storages. You'll collect an invent and you've got to run all the way across this to put it in. Here, you have the opportunity to unlock the infinite storage, well, the storage rift, which is basically allows you to put anything in your inventory into the bank space that it's supposed to go to. Like for example, wood will always go into the timber storage and stuff like that. You're gonna want to unlock that really soon because it makes the rest of the game much easier. Now, I got a little bit lucky. I happened to be storing a hectic ton of U poles and various other wooden things that I'd been doing for carpentry, and I was able to sell them, get a fat cash stack, and buy all the wood I needed to do the carpentry grind because the carpentry grind to level 32 to unlock infinite the anywhere storage basically at all these little rifts is huge. It's game changing, and you're gonna be glad that you have a lot of cash left over to do something like that. Not only that, but I happened to also level up my alchemy to 20 before I came here in order, and I happened to do that by making Hope Forest XP potions. So if you if you leveled your alchemy up by doing that, you're going to have a much easier time. I saw on Reddit people were estimating the 32 carpentry grind to be 8 to 10 hours. I did it under 6 hours because I already had a fat cash stack and a ton of XP potions that I'd already made, and I'd ran out just by the end. I had about 75 uh 75 Hope Forest XP potions, and that managed to get me from level 20 carpentry all the way to 32. And that's exactly what I needed. And then I got the teleports, and it makes the rest of the game just so much more fun and enjoyable because you can just keep depositing at all of these little rift markers. Um, and that's basically the hugest thing about Hope Forest, and Hope Forest is kind of bent around that. When you get in, you'll probably want to come up here and choose a magic style, either the electric, ranged, or natural. Electric, ice, or natural. I went ice just because I happen to have a piece of armor that I could only wear if I was an ice character. I put that on, went and killed something, and immediately got an upgrade. So I never used that again. So now I'm stuck being an ice guy. And to be honest, I think most of the game, everything's everything's weak to electric. On my next run, I'm not going to choose ice again. I think because a lot of the enemies in this area are weak to in the mines are weak to electric for some reason. It's very frustrating. Made training very difficult. So yeah. Um, so I think that's pretty much everything about Hope Forest you're going to want to know about. Um, we'll go to the mines. So there's 2 teleports in the mines because it's quite large. There's one down here and there's one up there. In the mines, you're going to be doing skills like, so these 3 skills here, bone wright, blacksmithing, and stonemason. Each of them is used to make weapons for the 3 different styles: electric, ice, and nature. Basically, that's all they are. And you'll only train the one that you actually want to make armor for yourself, and otherwise leveling up. I'm not sure yet why you'd spend time leveling up the others other than just to get your total level up to get into Crenopolis. But mining gets used a ton here. I haven't explained the combat. So the reason why the combat resets each time you go into a new area is that it kind of like, rather than it becoming a really long grind later on, you get to restart it back again at the start. And I actually really like it. I like the system. I like this system. I'll quickly go in and just give you a little tutorial on the mine carts in this area, because when you get here, you'll be like, what the heck? All these people are rolling around in mine carts and, and you don't know how they work. I think you reach level 10 mining and then you get to do mine carts for XP and a little bit of money, I think. Maybe later on you make a lot of money, but for now it wasn't so great. Essentially what you're going to do is go up here. We're heading to the, what is it? The minecart cave. Here we are. Here's some. All you do is you take a cart, you take it to the right spot, and then you deliver it. That's all you do. It's not super complicated, but the XP was quite nice. But the problem is you don't get any ores from it. So I'll show you how to do a flint one. Grab the level 10 flint. I don't have, even the next one's at level 55 mining. Good lord. I don't know if I'm going to be going for that. So that's the flint one, right? So I know where I've got to go. You just click the arrows to go. We're going to go right. We're going to have Dusty Dogsworth. He'll put it in automatically. Boom. What? Oh, there we go. My character got stuck underneath all of those like other people there. We're going to go across here and you just deliver it to the boy at the front. That's all. Give me my money. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Oh yeah, this is probably a good time to talk about the knowledge. So you can see I'm putting points. I put all of mine into alchemy, but essentially what you want to do is not put it into things that you can do easily. Bottom line. Until I got 32 carpentry, I put all the points into carpentry to get to 32, and then since then I've been putting it into alchemy because I really don't enjoy foraging for the ingredients of alchemy. So I'd rather not train that skill. When you get in here, these skills are pretty slow to level up, but I still don't think they're going to be worth putting points into them because they're still not too bad to train. Crenopolis skills, honestly, they go up super quick. They're super easy. That's why you see people stuck around 190, 250, and then suddenly they jump to 350, 400 because when you get into Crenopolis, these level up super quick. I don't know why they've done that, but with bounties, these are cracked. But yeah, that's basically that. When you first enter an area, what you're going to want to do is immediately gear yourself up on the level 0 guys. Just bang out a bunch of training, hit the level 0 guys till level 4 or something. You should get at least 2 or 3 pieces of armor because you want to get some stats, because the gear from your previous episode is not going to give you any stats. So you want to gear yourself up immediately because random quests are going to throw enemies at you, and you kind of just want to already have some stats and some levels to go to get through. And honestly, that's been my strategy going through, especially when I went into the mines in Crenopolis. And wow, it came in clutch, especially with Crenopolis. I went around the map, went into the sewage, went straight in here and found these guys. After I spent some time on the level 0 guys, where were they? I can't remember, but I found them, and I went to these guys and I randomly pulled an epic level 4, and it's carried me through ever since. So it's definitely worth doing that before you get around and do too much more. Um, that's pretty much it. Like the mines is very easy. You just mine the stuff that you need, take it to the spot it's got to go, and process it. Get the levels. You can't make armor yet. You can only make weapons for each three. So blacksmithing is for me for ice, stonemasons for hammer mages or electric, and bone wrights for nature. Um, so you'll want to try and at least focus on the one that you're on. But to be honest, I think blacksmithing is the easiest one because for stonemason you got to mess around with like gas and leak and leeches and stuff, and whereas for blacksmithing you kind of just mine the iron and off you go. All right, I'll give you a quick tour of Crenopolis as well. I'll give you a little rundown. So the same as the other ones, you've got the combat skill that limits what you can and can't fight. Um, Here it's called Watchman. Um, Basically, there's only 4 skills in here, which I thought would make sense because it goes 5-4-5-4. Detective's work is the first one, so you'll get your handcuff. Do the main quest line because it gives you an introduction to all of the skills, by the way, um, and you get the items that you need. So detective work is essentially where you stand in front of a stall and you wait until you find someone trying to steal. That's all you do, and then you catch them out. And the XP is really good. It's actually pretty dang good. I'm going to go down here. Where is it? There was a spot that I was at. Uh, oh, I think it was Hallig. Hallig's street food. Yeah, he's level 14, I think, which is where I was at. Yeah. So basically, how detective work works is this is one way to do it. Is that you watch. So he paid, so he's going to take food. He's not sus yet, anyway. This one, good work. He's paying. This one, he's paying as well. Oh, 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 oh. We've got a couple of sus ones. Apprehend him. Halt. You've violated the law. Oh no, this one's going to get away. I'm stuck in animation. That's basically how you do thief spotting, basically. And naturally, I wait for a while and then I get two at the same time. So I couldn't get both of them. Sometimes you get a whole lot of them in a row, like this guy here. Look at this. Sus. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. So that's detective work. There's two other ways you can train detective work. One of them is that, like in these little areas, you unlock. It's a one-off. Like you can enter the. These are like where criminal gang syndicates will be like hold up, and you just when you reach the right level, you can break in and bust them, and you get a lump of XP. But then it's that room is opened, and you can use it from then on, and it's a one-off. The other one you can do is investigations, where you go to the guardhouse, you get in there, and you take a contract, a bounty. You take a bounty, and then you got to solve two um, clues. All it is you just one clue will just tell you to go to one place and the other. So you go there, click on the little question marks at the spot. Um, oh, here's another one. And then when you've found the two clues, You go here and then you identify them. That's basically all you do. I might actually do one. We'll do one. I haven't done too many of them yet, but they seem fairly straightforward. So you come up here and have a look at this. I'll take the one that gives me more XP. So Canet's garden, I know where that is. Goose Inn is actually just here. That's super convenient. I'm going to quickly duck in there. Nice. So there'll be question marks in here somewhere. Just click on them. There they are. That'll be one of the clues. Spilled their wine. I do wish that I could zoom out more. That is one thing that I wish I could do. And I wish that I could click further than one chunk away. That's two things that kind of like would make my life a bit easier playing this game. They're not game breaking bugs or anything, but they would be a quality of life. This one here, I've done it. This is the third time I've seen it in the same spot. They must always be. If the clue's there, it's always at the same spot. So now all I have to do is go back. I'd rather teleport. Feel like that's a quicker. Yeah, definitely. Now we head back here, and it's pretty cool. They have all the suspects lined up, and then you've got to like look at your clues and figure out who it is, and it's very obvious. But you're an amazing detective. That's why it's obvious. All right, so we got wine stain. Oh, they these two, maybe they have the wine stains and black hair. I reckon it's this guy, Sam. You're busted, mate. Nice. There we go. So I've unlocked the next tier, I guess, of these. I'm not doing another one of these, but the XP is starting to really rack up, like 2,000 XP for just walking up and down the map is pretty damn easy. Much easier than like fishing puffer fish for 40 XP each for half an hour. You can just walk up and down the map twice and you get 2,000. What a huge jump up. Um, the fourth and final skill here is merchanting, which is pretty fun and easy and gives a lot of XP as well. It's a little bit similar to the bounties, except that you are basically a FedEx deliver, an Australia Post delivery boy. You go and buy some from one and you deliver them to another. That's kind of all you do. And I like to stack them up so far. You can take like two or three of the same contract. It was a bit naughty, but it works for me. So, not a very good one. I'm going to do the ones that I know. Take those three, I think. I'm going to take the same ones as I did before. That one, that one. And I didn't get a burrito again, or the meat wrap. All right, let's go. So I already know where these ones have to go. So basically you just buy some product and sell it somewhere else. Gotta head over here to the soap store first, I think. Oh, I really want to unlock that. These little shortcuts are huge. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of detective work to unlock all of them because those shortcuts are going to be coming very handy. So if you didn't know, when you reach the end of Hopeforest, uh, you are asked to subscribe to progress any further, which I think is pretty fair. Um, they do need money to continue um, developing this game, of course, and since there's no um, cosmetics or anything you can buy, um, they need some form of revenue, right, to pay their workers. So I paid for it. It was about $8.50 or something for a month, and so far I'm definitely enjoying it. So here at the soap guy, look, I'm gonna buy 12. I'm gonna walk back down to the butcher. And all you have to do is you just talk to him and click it, and you get a mad cash stack. You don't get a cash stack, but you get an XP stack, which is arguably better. Because with leveling up your merchant, you get hide stall discounts and various other discounts. And that ends up saving you, I'm sure that's going to end up saving a lot of money. Because right now, the only way to get hides is to buy them. And they're not cheap, they're actually quite expensive. I'm going to buy the carrots, 12 of them. Where am I? I'm here. Yeah, I'm going to teleport back down to here. Then we'll stop at Hallig's for the last one. I want that shortcut. It's always raining near the water. Everyone knows. Super realistic. All right, nice. Deliver a couple of these, get some XP. Stop off at Hallig's and then deliver the final um, food delivery. They really should rename this just food delivery because that's kind of all it has been. Very easy. But yeah, so far there isn't a whole lot that's actually very AFK in this game. It's quite an actively played game. There is, bits and pieces that are a little bit AFK, maybe 10 to 20 seconds, but overall, you really can't leave it for too long. I think some of the carpentry and the leather work has been probably the most AFK, but certainly nothing AFK like RuneScape, where you can really leave it for a long time, especially RuneScape 3 with a 15-minute logout timer. Um, I definitely say that RuneScape 3 is probably, RuneScape in general is probably a lot more AFK potential than this game. This game's quite active, to be honest. Every action is kind of like quite short. I think that the fourth area, Crenopolis, is that how you pronounce it? Crenopolis? I don't know. Is probably the most well thought out area in the game because I think that it just the skills are a lot more enjoyable. It doesn't feel so much like a grind. Um, and I really like, and I'm not usually like a detective sort of like uh, Sherlock Holmes fan or anything like that, but I quite like that in this game. It's been a really refreshing change from the mining and smithing, and the fishing. It's a very different skill. And the merchanting, I think they are really good ideas for leveling up some interactive skills in the game. I'm going to quickly go back to Crenopolis. The Quartermaster is something that you're going to want to take advantage of the moment you enter Hope Forest. Essentially, what it does is allow you to automatically change. So, say you have got 3 areas worth of gear. If you want to enter the mine of Mantuban, you can come in here and hit auto equip, and you can change your gear based on whatever the best in slot gear is that you have in your Quartermaster bank. That's how it works. So what I like to do is, like, for example, say I want to go do some stuff in Hopeport. I'd go here and I've already got Hopeport gear in my bank. All I have to do is hit this, hit auto equip, and now I've got all of my stuff geared up, ready to go. That's how it works. And I think that's a really, really, really cool system. Um, Immunity is used to get out of combat anytime, which is super, super, super cool. You're not locked into any combat as far as I can tell. There's still tons of quests that I haven't done, um, and I'm gonna slowly chip away at them. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this game so far, and like a rundown of kind of what I think what you would need to know getting into this game. So far, the only way to get capes is to reach level 50 of a skill, and then you can buy the profession cape. Amulets, I'm pretty sure some people have amulet drops so far from different enemies, but I haven't had one yet. I think you can only get them in the mines and Crenopolis so far. Um, and I'm not sure what they do, to be honest. Probably just some stats. Um, yeah, I think I might just leave it there, guys. Like and subscribe, please, if you like this video. Ask any questions. If you need, I'm happy to answer any of them and give you some tips and tricks. Um, yes. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.